Hey everyone, hello and welcome. So today we're going to be trying out something a bit different than we've been doing. So we have been playing quite a lot of Pokemon recently. I believe we've done 5 times in the last week. And it's gotten to me a little bit, so we're going to do something a bit different. We're going to be playing Doki Doki Literature Club. And I've heard that this game fucks with you. So we're gonna find out if that's true and check it out. So, I just need to check that this is... Oh, lovely. The game just crashed. Well, we're off to a good start then. Perfect start. Okay. This game is not suitable for children, or those easily disturbed. Alright. So of course the menu has just perfectly cute sounds, and let's just whack it into full screen. If that's working. Not working. It is not working. Alright, let's try selecting it quickly. Why are you not working with me now? Thank you, silly game. Oh my word. Why have we got to have problems now? Okay, let's go back to windowed. Maybe it will work now. No. No. No, you silly game. There we go. Okay, so we have the game up. Oh, no. I guess we're starting into the unknown, because I don't know anything about this game. Alright, I am lacked. Let's go. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Yeah, that's kind of relatable. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but frequently around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would always get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Hey, I overslept again. And I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. Oh, of course it's the little tiny hand thing. Alright. That's mean, Lacked. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Yeah. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. No, I can be very mean, but not to you, Sayori, alright? You're my childhood friend, of course. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Ah yes, the Japanese lifestyle that I can't relate to. By the way, Lacked, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. This voice thing is confusing me. Also, I just woke up because I kind of took a nap, like, because the power went out and I was waiting for it to come back on to stream, and I fell asleep. So I woke up like 10 minutes ago, and I'm a bit disoriented. Sorry if it's taking me a while to get into things. Alright. I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of my many conversations, where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content, just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. No, excuse me. Oh, you're one real squeak doll, Sayori. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Oh, thank you for worrying about me. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What the fuck is a NEET? Why would I ever want to be a NEET? Of course I'm not a NEET. I am the most prestigious person you will meet, Sayori. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Can you try for me? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? I don't know if she's carefree. She seems to care a lot about what I do and what I don't do, so I don't know if that's 100% true. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind. At least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Okay. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. That doesn't sound like any ordinary school day that I experienced. Usually, school days were long, tedious, frustrating. Also, why the fuck is there a camera above the whiteboard? That's creepy. Alright. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with an anime club. Hello, Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. It's a classroom, Sayori. You can come in and do whatever you want. I don't care. I mean, you're kind of cute, so it's nice to have you here, I guess. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Oh yeah, so you have this again. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest of the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I mean, I can't tell if you're a good friend or an arrogant socialist. Socialite. I'm a socialist. An arrogant socialite. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I don't think she's either. I mean, I don't really think she's an airhead. She just seems controlling. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. I don't know. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. That's a bit extreme. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Does she have arms? No, she's just... Okay. I know she does, but it kind of looks like she doesn't. So you can't blame me too much for that one. Sayori always says nice things about you. I'm sure she talks all about me. She's obsessed with me. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Lact. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I mean, yes. What are you looking at? You want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah well, it's nice to meet both of you. It sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Lact. Monika smiles sweetly. What is that? Do they have spines? We do know each other well. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Why do I sound like such a... I sound like such a creep. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come sit down, Lact. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? In the school? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray. Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Okay. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, hoo-ah! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Oh, that's cute. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate we used to make the ears. I'm hungry now. So cute. Or, Japanese, kawaii desu ne. Somebody correct me. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. You're not seeing how bad I am at reading. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first. Then Monica, I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle for a bite. Oh hey Metten, who am I going with? I just started, so I don't really have a choice yet, but I think Natsuki and Soria are pretty cute so far. But I don't know if I would have ever joined a club like this. It's a little bit bizarre. Like a lot of these don't relate to my high school experience at all. Not to do with clubs. I was part of clubs, right? But they weren't like this. There's cameras in the classrooms, and that's weird. I know that like in England they do that, like mandatory. They have cameras in the classrooms. Yeah. Alright. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is so quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Oh, you're watching me. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. Oh no, please don't drug me. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? But you did. I mean, I wouldn't join a club like this either, but you kind of forced... Yeah, you are. Yeah, I know you technically did. Sayori said... Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, dummy. Yeah, that's pretty cute to say that. Alright, alright. I was always attracted, in high school, I was always attracted to people who were really shy or like conservative with the way that they spoke and the things they said. And so yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Born. I don't even know if they're watching the live stream, but I got a notification on my phone. Welcome, new person. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? That was exactly the thing that I said. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. They're really easily insulted, aren't they? I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and readings might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I do enjoy tea, but I also do enjoy reading. I am a bookworm, so maybe I would have enjoyed like a literature club in another life. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, and then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Why not? I would just say that. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Also, Metten, just let me know, like, if the stream looks alright. I didn't have time to set up the proper settings probably because I just woke up, like, recently, yeah. Whew. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader in a debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. That's like a very important of everything works fine. Fantastic! I'm so happy. Also, I should probably whack on the my light thing. I know that I can kind of be seen. Actually, no, I can see seen alright. I know the quality of the light's not great, but I prefer to use my mouse than to use the thing on my laptop, the mouse pad, the trackpad, that thing. Alright. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events, but that's literally what clubs are for. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow at this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. That's really anime. Yeah. Also, another reason I'm not, you might notice I'm not really even trying to do voices this evening. My throat's a bit sore. I couldn't hear most of today, almost at all. So I'm a bit sick, but it's alright. I can still stream. It's kind of fun. This game, I know it's gonna get worse. I have the feeling, because I've heard people say that, and I've seen bad things about this game, like bad, good things, but I just can't do voices, really. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Not. Oh. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Being my girlfriend. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Select! What kinds of things do you like to read? Well, I like Frank Herbert, brilliant author, and I like Orson Scott Card, not as a person, but I think some of his writing is incredible. As a person, he's a homophobic bigot and very narrow-minded, but his writing is beautiful. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Yes, I do. Excuse me. Manga. I really am a beta nerd, aren't I? Who somehow got invited to this. This is like one of those fantasy games, except I know it's not. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. Her finger. That's Yuri, right there. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. That's pretty much me. I also recommend Andrei Tchaikovsky's, what's it called? I have the book on my shelf. But, I'd recommend highly world-built stuff. It's impressive stuff. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. I can't tell if that's sad or cute. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Well, I like Lovecraft personally, so I can relate. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I've got to say this so far, like the first introduction to the game, this is really well written and I like the way it's written. I mean, I agree with Yuri, 100%. Horror can change the way that you think about things. Except I'm more a fan of existentialism like Lovecraft than surrealism. But surrealism is just one branch of existentialism. I know about these things. Thank you, game. I hate horror. Oh, and then I was thinking you were cute, Natsuki. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it aloud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. Look, I'll do it with the hand on shoulders. Cute, just like you, Jerry. I am not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Well, no, I plagiarize. Hello, welcome friend. We are playing game today. It's so cute. Look at all the cute anime girls. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Look, as a writer myself, this is real act here. The real act saucer speaking. You have to show your writing to people. It's the best, 100 the best. Oh, thank you. I'm enjoying the game so far as well. It is so cute, and I know it's going to get worse, and that suspense is killing me. But with this writing thing, please people, yes, I know it's about to be uncute in a moment, thanks. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. The pressure. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. Aw, Sayori, Okay, Sayori is an airhead. We all sat in silence for a moment. Sit. Present tense. God damn it. Bad mouth. Alright. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Question mark. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. And then, next time we meet, we shall all share them. That way, everyone is even. Oh yeah, this is my first time playing, so we're gonna see, you'll all see in my first reaction to the game, I've only seen one image of one of them being stabbed by a knife, and that was because I was building the thumbnail, and that's the only thing that I've seen. Besides that, nothing. Yeah. Poem time? Yes. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Lact? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. Remember to pick words that the character you want to love likes. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. Alright, what's been on my mind? I never said I would join this club. Alright. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But no, I want to join the club now. I want to join the club now. I'm sorry, I thought... Lagged. You all... I want to join the club now. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? Ah, yes, I am the beta, horny nerd. Although I'm not actually a nerd because I know nothing about books, apparently. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Gambatte ne. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me there for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Yeah, thanks, I guess. You know, one of the things that we used to do, back when I was in high school, I was part of the Christian Union. I was a Christian, and we would go around once a year and we would give cupcakes to everyone and try and convince them to come to Christian Union, because so few people came to Christian Union. We'd go out and give cupcakes, and it was so funny, the reactions of people. They were like, you had to shout at them to get them to talk to you when they know that you're part of the... And you're shouting, no, come here, you can have a cupcake, they're free. And they come and they're like, is it free? Can I have it then? Can I take it? And then they take it, and they walk away as quickly as possible before you can say anything to them. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Lact, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? Can I? I already feel anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Lact, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I always walk home together. Oh. I'm really not reading properly. Never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Walking home with Sayori. Walking home. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. This makes me so awkward. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem most. Oh, I actually get to choose words. That's really cute. Okay, so let's see. What is a good word here? Cage, sticky, kiss, explode, misfortune, analysis, play, atone, intellectual wrath. I think I'm feeling like flip. I've already forgotten all the girl names. What's the smart one called? The one talking about horror. I think her, because like I was instantly like, oh, I know about these topics. I like existential horror. That's so cool. And I mean, it's kind of parallel. So, I think I don't know. Let's start with intellectual. Intellectual fear. Intellectual bliss philosophy. Red infinite nature. Silly lipstick. Intellectual. This isn't how you write a poem. Excuse me. Intellectual lipstick. None of these. I guess philosophy. Intellectual philosophy. Alright, we're winning. Charm, party, ocean, question, forgive, shiny, journey, desire, waterfall, childhood. Ooh, desire, because I am clearly the creepy horny nerd. That is absolutely the case. Let's go with desire then. Rainbow, misery, sing, sweet, shocks, lucky, prayer, promise, summer, bunny. Misery. Oh. Which one's that? Sorry, I don't know if that actually reflects them. Y'all are gonna have to tell me if that reflects them, like the one that jumps when you click it. Kawaii. Calm, parfait. Is that how you say it? In Doki Doki, your poems will be knowledge. Your poems will be knowledge, cute, kawaii, fun, sticky, open, dark, every. Oh. That's a rubbish poem. Once I've got my words out, does it like give them to me in a list? Because if it does, then I can actually write them into a real poem. Because believe it or not, I am a minor poem. That 1K. Alright. Let's see. Let's do, what is it? I don't even know what Doki Doki means yet. Melancholy. Blanket, marshmallow, nibble, embrace, awesome, judgment. Wow, you have to do a lot of these, don't you? Jumps get the most love. Okay. Thank you. Metten, as always, coming in clutch with the information. Blanket, marshmallow, nibble, embrace, awesome, judgment, essence, loud memories, empty. Oh, nope. That's empty-headed. Entropy, disaster. Entropy and disaster are like such similar things. Alright, then we have fluffy, extreme, bubbles, uncanny. Uncanny? Yay. Dark, romance, ambient, passion, laugh, amazing. Laugh, flower, amazing, grief, sparkle, defeat. Passion? Nope, that's of course the airhead. Landscape, dream, tears, hop, sunset, flee, destiny, email, together, games. Email. Email. Who uses the word email in a poem? I'm sorry. I'm a little bit of an elitist. Okay. Tears. No, bad Soria. Your best friend. Why is Soria like that? I know. Okay, you're cute, but you're too much of an airhead. I'd feel guilty. I'd feel like I was taking advantage of Soria if I were to go out with her. Sensation, joy, playground, jumpy, effulgent. What the fuck does effulgent mean? Alright, let's effulgent. Death, secretive, fine, just death. I don't feel like googling right now. Oh, death? Soria? Okay. Skipping, whirlwind, peaceful, raindrops, pleasure, vivid, vacation cry, feather, hopeless. I don't know, raindrops? Yay. Mouse, uncontrollable, boop. Boop. I don't have anyone to do it to. Candy, clouds, disarray, treasure, lazy, shopping, inferno. Disarray? Yeah. Imagination, shame, graveyard. Yo, there's a lot to choose from. Alright. Let's go with vertigo. Yeah. And then let's go with melody. Ooh. I've already forgotten her name. That's Natsuki, right? Yeah, Natsuki. She looks different. Her what are they called? Chibi, right? Looks different. The other ones look like their characters. Her chibi does not look that much like her. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Doesn't look that much. Alright. Let's use Daydream? Oh, no, of course that's Airhead. No. Well, look at this. I'm gonna end up like sleeping with my best friend. Just that's what's gonna happen. I mean, it's happened before in real life. It's happened before in games. It happens. Also, Kai, if you're watching this, I don't mean you. Tenacious, flying, pure, disown, rose, anime, fester, determination. Fester, yeah. Skirts. They're all wearing skirts. Let's see, climax. Alright, we're almost there, folks. Almost there. Cheeks. Cheeks. Which cheeks? Which cheeks, though? Which cheeks, though? Alright, vitality. And unrecorded. Oh, nope. Anxiety, ribbon. Valentine, aura. Yeah. Alright, we did good. We did good. Hi again, Lact. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is just hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Lact. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Why do you keep your manga collection in the club room? That's weird. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Okay, that's pretty funny. Manga is literature. Oh, I see the joke. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Lact always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He always helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is messy. It's distracting. And, no. Wait, where'd the dialogue go? Oh, you can make the dialogue disappear with a right click? That makes me worried about, like, how pervy this game might get. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Okay, Yuri. How come you and Lact can become good friends too? Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Uh-oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Well, wait, Sayori. Eh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri wasn't thinking. Yuri, I wasn't thinking. Not Yuri wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up for me to rescue the situation. Wait, back. How do I go back? I think I misread that one, I think. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here, Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read that. After you finish the game, you can also play Monica After Story. I swear it's really good. I'll have to see, because I'm also playing Pokemon at the moment. You're welcome to join for those streams. I'm just taking a break from Pokemon to play this. But I'll definitely consider that, if this goes well. Thanks for the recommendation. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Why do I feel like my character is not going to read it at all? Who are you? Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Excuse me. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri, a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. Oh no. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have two copies... Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... Well, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. There's a new person watching. Who's that? I don't know. New person. Welcometh to Lanked Plays. Also, we have a Discord. You can go and join that if you want. You're welcome to. No pressure. Just letting you know. Also, like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. You're more than welcome on this channel. I just happened to buy two of them. Liar. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. Tell me, what is the fairly obvious thing, me? I don't know what it is. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. Oh my god, that's so funny. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. It's Markov from Hollow Knight. Except I know that's Markoth technically, right? But look, guys. I'm gonna need to show you this. We're gonna go to oh wait, I don't have freaking. Let's just go to desktop. That's not working. I give up. My set. I need to fix my setup for the next stream. But anyways, it's a Hollow Knight character called Markoth, and they're this weird moth thing that floats and throws swords. And I've never fought them, but I've seen people fighting them because I'm too busy doing other things, and I already beat Hollow Knight. So why do I need to beat all the areas? Great game though. Okie dokie. Hope you'll will be happy to have you. Thank you. All right. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure you don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? I'm disappointed. I was expecting. She said she liked horror, and she said she liked surrealist horror, and I'm disappointed. That's not his surrealist horror. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere. Uh-huh. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. How long does Act 1 take again? I have no idea. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Lact? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. I'm also mixing up the characters because I don't read the thing first, I read the dialogue. Alright, yeah, I totally forget that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? So, I'll disagree with Yuri on these things because I don't think that having villains is necessarily the way that you should be doing it. You need to be having nuanced, complicated characters, or, in the case of existentialist horror, your characters can be complex, but their scenarios make no sense at all to anyone. And that allows you to put them in experiences which don't exist, and that can give different perspectives on human life, which is, again, why I think Lovecraft, despite being a racist fucktard, is a very good writer. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please, stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Smooth. Not really, but... Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I'll admit it can take time. Reading with people is a little bit strange if you're not used to it. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Oh, alright. Open the book and start the prologue. Act 1 is more like deciding who you want to love. If you take that out, it's pretty boring. Yeah, I'm not taking out Act 1. I'm including Act 1. Alright, I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting. The feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Yeah, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way. So instead, I use my right hand to hold the book open. Ah, I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Yeah. Ah, that's cute. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides her thumb underneath it and flips it to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. Why are you looking at me? Creep. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. The thing is, as well with this... Bro, I love your hair so much. Thank you, I grew it myself. I think I've been growing it for 3 years without cutting it. No, not quite. A bit less. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Okay, I don't think that it does though. Like, I've turned pages in with people, like, sharing books with people was super awkward in high school, and I feel bad for the people that I had to do that with because I was too lazy to bring my own books. So then you have to sit and the other person usually, you have to sit and read it like from over here, and then you're reading it, and then the other person is reading it normally, and then you've got to try and like squint. And I don't have good vision. I'm supposed to wear glasses, but it's expensive and I'm lazy. So that was not fun. Excuse me. Okay. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Lact, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Alright bro, gotta go back. We'll be back in 30 minutes. Bye. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that. Let me turn off the vibrate on my phone. I forgot to do that earlier. I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Monica coming in clutch. Let's go, Monica. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ouch. Alright. I guess I'll do some reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you, after it picks up a bit, you know. That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everybody's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Oh, my bad, sorry guys. Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem off to first? Ooh. Choice paralysis. Fine, let's just keep going with Yuri for now. Well, no, actually, maybe I want to try someone else. Let's see Natsuki. She's cute. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Lact, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What, do you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of that first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough? Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Oh my god, it's bad. Yeah, I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just to be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But it isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for the rhyme at the end, but then make it fall flat on purpose. I'll just bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. Guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I wouldn't take that away from her. Alright, who's next? I want to see the Airheads poem next. This is a good poem, Lact. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the classroom. Well, of course. Not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? Like I said before, Lact, deep down you're not selfish at all, you know? What do you think on surface level I am? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? Hi Kai, welcome. I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes/no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? Sounds just like you. Airheaded. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I meant eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Also, Kai, this game is just disarming me at the moment by being cute, and I know it's gonna catch me off guard. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Also, they all suck at poetry. Ah, yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright, who are we having next? Let's do Monica next, because Yuri's the only one I've spoken to, because she's the smart one who said she was into surrealism but turned out just to be into high school, like high school level horror and not surrealist horror, which is kind of disappointing. Alright, I liked. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid of bringing these things up, okay? I'm convinced when people say that, it stops people from bringing things up. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ahahahaha! Don't worry, Lact. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Lact. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's rarely metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. All the girls say that. They didn't expect me to go so deep and that they'd underestimated me. All the time. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put some effort in. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? Yuri likes this kind of writing, you know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Yes. That's why I wrote it like this. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Also, I think that she's a fake, because she had not read that book that she told me to read. Like, very clearly. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I feel like I'm getting writing advice, Lamau. Yes, that's what this section is. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. It's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. But please, Kai, come to me for advice for writing. Not these ditzy anime girls. I mean, we love them, and they're so cute, but I don't think any of their poems so far have been very good. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most, so don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. Okay, that's good advice. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Yes. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Ditzy anime girls better than liked. 100%. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always get to feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the directions, the spackle. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor. An angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Okay, this is the best so far. I'm gonna critique stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. Take out those 2 lines, and the poem is fine. Those 2 lines show that it's not an experienced writer. And I know it's probably written to be, like, written by an anime girl, teenager, but it's those 2 lines that shows, like, inexperience. Because people always think that talking about, like, so many poems talk about the stretching endless, the forever, the never-ending feelings. It's very common for people to write about their feelings as endless or never-ending. I've just seen it a lot. That's my explanation. I don't really have a stronger explanation, and the fact that if you put it into, there's actually websites that help you write poetry, and it'll tell you not to write that. And I know that because I used them as a kid. I know that's not a good reason. I did do some poetry courses online as well. I don't think I passed any of them, but I did do them. Alright, so what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's not true, I am, but self-reports? What do you mean self-reports? Excuse me? It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. I said I used to use those websites, by the way, if that's what you're referring to. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Oh, here it is for you, Kai. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. I don't like that advice. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Oh, okay. I like the conclusion. I like the conclusion of the advice. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Guess who might be getting paid for being a moderator in my server? Hey yo, let's go! Did we get the monetization? That's so cool. Thanks for listening. Also, welcome Jordan. We are playing Doki Doki Literature Club and the OES. Yuri. Best for last. Even though I do think she's a fake nerd. Look at the ding 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 ding. I don't know if you can hear that, but yes, just check the group chat when you can. Alright, that's exciting. Alright. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Question mark. Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face. How? How? He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. She's not wrong, but I didn't actually write a poem, I just selected words randomly that I thought you'd like. Really? I mean, really. Sick voice. Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that they're usually typical of new writers. I mean, that's true, except the fact that you didn't see it. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. I disagree, I don't think that new writers have a style. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they fit the two together. The end result is that both style and the expressiveness are weakened. She's right. Again, the people know about poetry. They've got some good knowledge of poetry and literature. It's just the characters themselves don't really have it, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's pretty cool, actually. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which is kind of funny. After all, yeah, the music is banger. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club? Oh my god, she writes cursive? Ew. Ghost under the lights. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing, air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. The voice, yes. This one's good. I have nothing else to say. It's good. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Yes, you do. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. I also liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. It wasn't that short. I've read much shorter poems. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? What? Hoo-hoo. What is that? Like, Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Act. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining piece of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. Hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Lact. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Furrow. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Ignore the weird face. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Lack did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. Oh no, that's not a good perspective to take. You can always improve from everyone, even people who aren't poets. Hearing their advice can be useful. Well, any type of writing, any type of art form even. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Lack liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Lack appreciates my advice more than he appreciates... This is such a weird fantasy. Then he appreciated yours. Also, doesn't the music change? Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew size bigger as soon as Lact started showing up. I am Yuri, fighting for Lact's approval. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Ah yes, it's simultaneously. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both the girls turns towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Oh no. Lact. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. What did they say? What did she say? Which person? Simple writing is more effective. Then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Lact. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning in the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Lact? Well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be... You know, funnily enough, I do actually... Also, guys, listen. It's a lottery! It's a lottery! Right, it's Yuri. We're agreeing with Yuri. Natsuki, you're right that I like your poem. See? Wait! That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't have picked a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Eh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. But here is the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting their feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki feels threatened when you say her poem was cute. Chad Black moment. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took that way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Lack is real. Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. Shame. Shame. She's trapped at this point, defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, your head is always empty. What are you talking about? Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. No! Natsuki! She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? Alright, good night. You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Lact, you're too kind. Aw, I'm thankful to have you as a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about you, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? What did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing your poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Like, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. Think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. Learning like that means I can do a better job impressing those I want to impress. nodded to myself with newfound determination. Lacked. Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. Truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Liked, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, alright. I'm actually exhausted as well. How long have we been streaming? Hour 40? Alright. I think we'll call it there. We'll continue next time we play this game. We're probably going to do a mix between this and Pokemon at the moment, just to give me some variety with the streams. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for new people for joining as well. It's been great to have you here. Love you lots. I'll see you next one.